Alright, my name's Joe. I'm taking computer arts at Abertay University, and I'm from England. When I was younger, I was just the one who tried to just steal the family camera, like it was just a point and shoot. I'd photograph where we went, what we did, who we did it with, and then when I was about 10, my mum and dad bought me like my first sort of, I think it was a DSLR, but it was like a great little starter camera to get me used to shooting in a DSLR format of like manual focus, etc. Mainly because I look at things a lot differently. Like I'd say, being a photographer, you gain a different perspective on things. So like instead of just like walking past a building and it being a building, you walk past it and you sort of maybe look at like how the architecture is and how that would look in terms of like a picture, like the lines of it. Just walking around, like say like for example Dundee, walking around Dundee, you look at something at like night time, you see like the lights, see how like they work and different reflections of like puddles and just general things. Like you look at the world with a bit more of like a creative aspect, like the fact that you can just pick up a phone, and like phone cameras nowadays are really good as well. You could just like put it on Snapchat or Instagram, and it's like it captures that moment of that day. Photography also has a financial aspect for me. So in terms of my actual job, people go out to nightclubs, and there's certain people that obviously take pictures of said people at nightclubs. That's like my job. That's what I do. I'd go to various clubs, I take pictures, then I edit them pictures the next day and like send them off to them be uploaded for a social aspect for a club. So like that's how like obviously I earn money, and like that's really fun because it also adds a social aspect to photography in terms of like you meet so many new people. I think the use of photography is like one of the biggest things. A nightclub is helped by word of mouth, and if people go, they have a good time. Like the pictures that I take will eventually get uploaded onto social media, and I think that's a really good thing, obviously, for getting at clubs to get more business. Being a club photographer in Dundee is actually really quite fun. This is going to sound quite egotistical, but it's kind of when like you walk into a club and someone recognises you, like someone remembers you taking like that dope ass picture of them. Something called esports, which is kind of like competitive gaming. Within that community is heavily based on Twitter. So I used to put a lot of my pictures, would go onto Twitter, and Twitter is a great obviously resource to get things shared as well, because people can retweet it, then their followers see it, people can, you know, like mention certain people. I go out with friends and we'll just go out with, just for say for an example, go out with sparklers, and you go somewhere dark with sparklers, you could get some really cool photos with sparklers. You can capture a moment in time, and it just brings a smile to people's faces. Like it sounds really cliche, I know, like bringing a smile to people's faces, but like it is a great feeling. Obviously, just making other people smile and making other people happy. It's like that's what we should all strive to do.